Okay, so for problems 1 and 2, we're going to have to decide if we're going to simplify or solve. When there's no equal sign in problem number 1, we're just going to simplify. So for problem number 1, we're just going to simplify because there's no equal sign. For number 2, we're going to solve. Now there still will be some simplifying involved, but we'll get there when we get there. Okay, so first, number 1, we're simplifying. So first we want to get rid of the parentheses and then combine like terms. So simplifying is no parentheses and then combine like terms. That's what you want to do when you're simplifying or solving, okay? So we're going to start by getting rid of the parentheses. So we're going to distribute this 3, but make sure when you distribute the 3, you have to take the negative with it. Okay, you can't forget the negative. So we're going to do negative 3 times x, that'll be negative 3x. We're going to do negative 3 times 1, that'll be negative 3. Don't forget, though, that x that was in front. You're just going to bring it down and set it down in front. And then we're going to do the same thing with the negative 2. We got to distribute, but don't forget the negative. So if you need to circle it to remember, you can circle it. So negative 2 times x will be negative 2x. Actually, let me write this in the same color. And negative 2 times negative 1 will be positive 2. Okay? There's no equal sign here, so we're not going to start doing the opposite of anything. We're just now going to combine like terms. So now the parentheses are done, so now we're going to combine like terms. Okay? So we've got a bunch of different like terms here. We've got this x term, this negative 3x, and this minus 2x. We're just going to combine those terms. So we're going to combine x, minus 3x, and minus 2x. So we're going to do, this is basically an invisible 1, so we're going to do 1 minus 3 minus 2 in our calculators. Okay, so that's going to be 1 minus 3 minus 2, or you can think about it as 1 plus negative 3 plus negative 2. Those are the same things. Okay, so if we do that and we do 1 minus 3 minus 2, we're going to get negative 4. So this will be negative 4x when we combine all of those like terms. Then we have to combine the constants, negative 3 and positive 2. Those are we're going to combine as well, just as is, right? So you've got negative 3 plus 2. You're just going to combine it as is, which is negative 1. Okay? So this is going to be negative 1. And this is our simplified answer. Okay, so that's how we simplify. We get rid of the parentheses, do the distribution, and then combine like terms as is. Don't do any opposites. Okay, I'm going to make this a little bit smaller here for a second. So now on this one, we're going to solve. But when you solve, the first thing you want to do before you start solving, you want to make sure you simplify both sides of the equation. Okay, so the first thing you do when you want to start solving is you want to first hold on, my writing utensil decided to stop working for a second. Okay, so first to solve, you're going to simplify both sides. And then you're going to solve. Okay, so first we'll simplify both sides. So to simplify the left side, we're going to take our negative 3 and distribute. So we'll have negative 3x minus 3. Don't forget to bring down your x that was in front. Then we'll distribute our negative 2 here. So we'll get negative 2 times x, which is negative 2x, and negative 2 times negative 1, which is positive 2. Now this looks exactly like we had up at the top, if you notice, but this one is equal to 3. But we're not done yet because we still need to simplify both sides. The right-hand side of the equation, that just has a 3, right? That's simplified already. But we need to simplify this side over here, right? So we're going to combine like terms. We're going to combine x minus 3x and minus 2. So that's a 1x minus 3 minus 2. That'll give us negative 4x. And then we're going to combine our negative 3 and our positive 2. We're just combining as is. This is just simplifying, so that will be negative 1. Okay, so now that side is simplified, and so is the right-hand side. There's no like terms to combine. Okay, so now we've simplified. So now we get to start solving, and this is when we get to start doing the opposite to both sides of the equation. The first thing we're going to get rid of is the negative 1 is furthest away from x. So we're going to add 1 to both sides. That'll leave us with negative 4x and equal to 4. Then we're going to get rid of the negative 4 by dividing because it's multiplying. So divide by negative 4, and we get x equals negative 1. So when you're solving, you want to simplify both sides first, then solve. All right, last one. I'm going to move this a little bit out of the way so we can do number 3. So for number 3 here, okay, we're solving for x. So we're trying to get x by itself. It's just like the last problem, okay? We want to get x by itself, okay? So that's our goal, is to get x by itself, all right? Sorry, getting a hot mess here. Okay, so we're going to get x by itself. That's our goal, to get x by itself. So we have to get rid of the m and we have to get rid of the b. The m and the x are being multiplied together. The b is being added. So this looks just like if you had the equation 2x plus 7. Okay, this looks the same. The y is the 5, the m is the 2, and the b is the 7. The first thing we would do here is subtract 7 because it's furthest away from the x. Right? So the first thing here we're going to do is get rid of the b. And to get rid of that b, the first thing we're going to do is subtract it. So we're going to subtract b from both sides of the equation. Now we can't do y minus b. Those aren't numbers, but that's okay. We just write it down then if we can't do it. Y minus b on the left-hand side. And now that b went away, so all we have left is mx on the right-hand side. Now we're still trying to get x by itself, so the m is still in the way. Just like here with this equation, once you subtract 7, you would have negative 2 is equal to 2x. You want to get rid of the 2. They're being multiplied, the 2 and the x are being multiplied, so we divide both sides by 2. Here, the m and the x are being multiplied, so we're going to divide both sides by m to get rid of the m. So then we have x is equal to y minus b divided by m, all divided by m because we had to do it to both sides. And that, now we have solved for x, so that's our answer.